Environmental health and toxicology. So, the World Health Organization defines health as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well being. A person can be ill to some extent, however, health can be improved to live a happier, longer, and more productive and satisfying lives. The disease can also be influenced by environmental factors such as the Earth's climate system by impairing physical and psychological functions. The disease impairment of an individual's well being and capacity to function is mostly attributed to inadequate behavior and environmental change. The factors that result in morbidity or illness and mortality or death are diet and nutrition, infectious agent, hereditary, a poisonous substance, injury, and stress. So, what is environmental health? Environmental health focuses on disease causing external factors, including elements of the natural, social, cultural, and technological worlds in which we live. It also promotes human health and well being and fosters healthy and safe communities. So, it is a key part of any comprehensive public health system. Pollution. So, pollution is a term used to describe the undesirable change in the environment brought by the introduction of harmful materials or the production of unhealthy conditions such as the heat, cold, or sound. So, these harmful materials are called pollutants. Pollutants can be natural, such as volcanic ash. They can also be created by human activity, such as trash or runoff produced by factories. Pollutants also damage the quality of air, water, and land. So, what is toxicology? Toxicology is a scientific discipline overlapping with biology, chemistry, pharmacology, and medicine that involves the study of the adverse effects of chemical substances of living organisms and the practice of diagnosing and treating exposures to toxins and toxicants. So there are actually effects of toxins. First is allergens. So allergens are immune activating agents. Some allergens act as antigens directly. That is, white blood cells recognize them as foreign and stimulate the production of specific antibodies. Certain allergens function indirectly by linking and modifying the composition of foreign materials and become antigenic and induce an immune system to the response. So there are some people who suffer from sick building syndrome because of allergens. So they experience having headaches, allergies, and chronic fatigue. Other symptoms are also caused by improperly ventilated indoor air contaminate with carbon monoxide or mold spores, nitrogen oxide, and other pollutants emitted from carpets, fabrics, furniture, and construction materials. Next is the endocrine disruptors. So, endocrine disruptors are chemicals that disrupt the natural activity of hormones. Hormones are chemicals released by cells into the bloodstreams in one part of the body to regulate the function and development of tissues and organs in the body. So, they can also bind to a receptor within a cell and thus prevent the correct hormone from binding. The normal signal then fails to occur and the body fails to respond properly. The disruptors can interfere or block the way natural hormones and receptors are made or controlled. So, endocrine disruptors are also found in many everyday products. This includes plastic bottles, containers, metal food cans, detergents, food, toys, cosmetics, and pesticides. So some endocrine disrupting also are slow to break down in the environment. So it is very harmful for the health of our environment. Next is neurotoxins. So neurotoxins are synthetic or naturally occurring substances that damage, destroy, or impair the functioning of the central and or peripheral nervous system. So neurotoxins may damage neurons, axons, and or glia, resulting in loss of specific nuclei and or axonal tracts or demyelination. Example of this is the heavy metals that and also lead and mercury that destroy or our nerve cells and cause permanent brain damage. Next is mutagens. So, mutagens are agents that damage or modify the genetic material in cells, such as chemical and radiation. So, if the cause happens during embryonic or fetal development, this may contribute to congenital disability. So, later in life, genetic damage can contribute to tumor formation. Uh, Also, if reproductive cells undergo injury, the effects may be passed on to future generations. So, cells have repair mechanisms to diagnose and repair defective genetic material, but specific changes may be hidden, and the repair cycle itself can be flawed. So it is widely agreed that there is no safe threshold for mutagens exposure. Any contact has the potential to cause harm. Next is teratogens. So teratogens are chemical substance or other factors which cause different abnormalities during embryonic growth and development. So, some chemicals that are usually not dangerous may cause a severe problem at these vulnerable stages of life. Uh, Alcohol is probably the most popular tetragen in the world. Drinking during pregnancy can lead to fetal alcohol syndrome, a cluster of complications that persist throughout a child's life. So, including craniofacial abnormalities, developmental disorder, behavioral problems, and also mental defects. So, even one alcoholic drink a day has been associated with reduced birth weight during pregnancy. Next is uh, carcinogens. So, it is a substance, organism, or agent capable of causing cancer. So, carcinogens may occur naturally in the environment, such as ultraviolet rays in sunlight and certain viruses. Or it may be generated by humans, such as automobile exhaust fumes and cigarette smoke. So, that will be all for my report.